episodes are booking. Everybody's looking, it's Focus on Cooking with Lorraine.
Hi, welcome to Focus on Cooking. These are terrible times for everybody, but we're going to get through it. So I've been keeping busy cleaning out closets and drawers that I never thought I'd get to. I'm getting to them. I've watched a lot of TV. I'm sure you have. Taking walks outside. We have to not panic. I found watching the news every day was stressing me out. So I don't watch the news every day, and I'm calmer about it. So today we're going to do a few things. I wasn't sure what ingredients I would be able to get at the stores, what I was making, but I found a recipe and I was able to get the ingredients. This recipe is about 27 years old. My daughter, who's now a mom herself, still makes it. I make it all the time. They're chocolate oat bars, and they're really easy to make and delicious. And she made it when she was 13 in junior high, where we lived on Long Island. And we still make this recipe. When that night she made it in school and came home with the samples and the recipe, they were devoured. And we still make them in our family. So we're going to get started. It's really simple and easy. So we're going to use 2 sticks of butter softened. You can use a stick of butter or another stick of margarine or 2 sticks of butter, whichever you like. So that's 2 sticks of butter. To that we're going to add 2 eggs. I already have everything kind of ready. Just throw this here. And we're going to add 3 teaspoons of vanilla. Because I've been cooking forever, I can do it by eye. And it's going to be a little noisy for a minute. We're going to take a beater and we're going to beat that together. The butter breaks up. Now you're going to heat your oven to 350 degrees. You're going to take a 13 by 9 pan and you're going to butter it or grease it in any way you wish so that the bars don't stick. To our butter and our egg mixture, we're going to add a 1/2 cup of brown sugar and 1/3 cup of white sugar. Now the original recipe calls for more sugar, but if you watch my show, you know I like to use less sugar. So let's beat that in too. I know everyone I know has been cooking and baking and of course eating more. When we're all finished with this virus and life gets back to normal, we're probably all going to be 20 pounds heavier. But you know what? As long as life gets back to normal, who cares? So it'll be mushy and soft like that. Your butter, your sugar, your eggs, and your vanilla. Now we're going to slowly beat in. It's regular flour, 1 1/3 cups. I'm going to beat in a little at a time. Meantime, your oven's heating to 350 degrees. I'd say add it 3 times the flour. Now your dough's going to get a little thick, and when you add the oats that we're going to add, it's going to be very thick. All right, the dough is thicker. Get this out of the way. I have old-fashioned oats. I had trouble getting them. I went to 2 stores. I finally was able to find them. So we're going to use 4 cups of old-fashioned oats. That's in the cereal section. And add a little at a time because now the dough is going to get really thick. In fact, at one point we have to stop using the electric mixer and we're only going to be able to use our hands or a spoon. And I think I've reached that point. This is very thick now. Let me get these off. Sorry, I have to get it as much as I can off the beaters. So, we're going to use a spoon now. We're going to add the rest of our oats. That's 4 cups of old-fashioned oats. I think at times like this, there's nothing wrong with having something sweet once in a while. I've been busy watching TV and, like I said, cleaning out closets and drawers. I've been trying to clean out some closets for 2 years, still haven't done it. And another thing, I made it a goal. Every day I wake up and I think, today I'm going to do this, today I'm going to do that. And it helps the time pass, for me anyway. And it gives me a purpose and a goal. So I think that's a good thing for all of us to do. Now, you can see the oats and the dough, and it's getting very, very thick. So, that's okay. This is what the recipe calls for. I was making this the other day, and I was imagining when my daughter was 13, which was umpteen years ago, and I was imagining all a class of 13-year-olds with this dough. They probably threw it at one another. Okay. I have 4 cups of oats, and I am going to put a glove on because it's getting so hard to mix that I'm going to use my hands. And here's my 13 by 9 greased pan. So I'm going to mix this all in. And then I'm going to put it in the pan. I'm going to save 1/3 of the mixture because we're going to add some chopped walnuts to that. And that will go on the top later on. So, take big globs. Can you imagine 13-year-olds like this? I can. And we're going to save 1/3 of the mixture for later on. Now, when I was making this yesterday as a sample, I was having trouble patting it down to make a crust. And I had an idea. I took wax paper and I found it much easier to pat it down with the wax paper on top. So you're going to make a thin crust. I'm pushing it all down to cover the bottom of the pan. Lift up the wax paper every now and then. We're going to spread this out to form a bottom crust. Almost ready. Try to get it up to the sides. Again, the wax paper really makes it easier than your hand. Okay. Wash my hands, constantly washing your hands, and it'll be in the pan like this, all flattened out to the sides all around the rectangle. Now, over medium heat, we're going to heat our burner to medium heat. And we're going to put in 2 cups of chocolate chips. We're going to mix that with 2/3 of a cup of sour cream. And the sour cream goes in first, and it'll heat up. Then you add the chocolate chips. They can be dark chocolate or milk chocolate. And just on medium heat, you don't want your chocolate to burn. To that, you're going to add 2 cups of semi-sweet chocolate chips. And let that all melt together. It'll make a chocolate sour cream paste. Okay, so our sour cream and our chocolate chips have melted. I kept stirring it because I didn't want it to stick. So we're going to pour that over our oat crust. Nothing like chocolate at times like these, I always say. Any excuse is good for chocolate, I think. So let's spread it around. Go all around, just spread it. This is so easy. And they last very well, and they freeze well too. Okay. And this is what it looks like. The melted sour cream and chocolate chips on top of the oat crust. Now, what we have to do is you can use your hands. I happen to have a few of these gloves left, so I might as well use them. I'm actually going to spray it with some spray oil, the glove, or my hand if I have my bare hand. And I'm going to take globs, I call them globs, and just sprinkle it around the top of the chocolate like this. It'll all melt in and it'll all be perfect when it's done. And just sprinkle globs all around. So that you cover most of the chocolate. You're not going to cover it all, and that's okay. When we're finished putting this in the oven, we're going to do some kitchen hints. I haven't done kitchen hints in a while, and everybody seems to like them. And I have a great one, saving a little money, with 2 of my hints that I bet people never thought of, but I thought of it, and I do it all the time. And you won't believe what it is. It involves tissues, if you can get tissues now. I think with this epidemic, the best thing we can all do is not panic. If you panic, it makes everything worse. That's why I stopped watching the news, because that was making it harder for me. Okay, we're just about done. Now, I didn't put walnuts in, but if you want, you can add some chopped walnuts, about a 1/2 cup of chopped walnuts to the top mixture, and that's a nice touch also. It's going to look like this, and we're going to put it in the oven, and we're going to bake it for 25 minutes. So let's do that. Okay, this should be done. It's been 25 minutes. Let's take it out of the oven and see what it looks like. Oh, it looks good. Looks like that. It'll be a little toasted on top. Let's plate this so you can see how nice it looks. It'd be good with whipped cream or a little ice cream on top, I would think. And you cut it into bars, any shape or size that you want. The second one is easy, and this is perfect. Here you go. That's your chocolate oat bar, and they're really, really delicious. Now for some kitchen hints. Now, you can buy cooking spray that you spray your pans with, and you can buy them in spray cans. I actually buy it in a packaging like this. Has a nozzle, you squirt it, and it's about $2.79. But I found out something. The top comes off. There's no reason why you can't refill this when it's empty with a large from your large container of oil, it only costs 50 cents to do that compared to buying a new one for $2.79. Or you can go to your dollar store and buy a spray bottle for $1, put oil in it, and just spray what you need to spray. Saves money. This is my favorite. Now, throughout my house, I have pretty different decorative tissue holders, tissue covers. So for this size, I have to buy a tissue box like this. In the box like this, let's say it's for 99 cents on sale. You only get 54 tissues. And the same sale usually applies to a box of this size also. In this box, you get 175 tissues. So you're getting more for 99 cents than you would in this box for 99 cents. What I decided to do, and I've been doing this for years, is when I'm out of tissues, I take out the box, I open the bottom or the side, I buy the large box that has a lot of tissues, I take the tissues out, and all you have to do is fit it into this box. So I fold it like this. I stick it in the box so I can have decorative tissues, pull it through, stick it in, and I have tissues in this box for the next time. So compared to a box for 54 tissues for 99 cents, this big box for 175 tissues for 99 cents, I use half of this, stick it in, I have my tissues. Okay, now I'll talk to you about some hints. I love cheddar cheese, I buy a lot of cheese for cooking. If you're saving leftover cheese, say you use a half a bar, and you don't want it to get moldy, or sometimes they get a little salt skim on it, before I wrap it up to save it, coat it with a little butter or margarine. That protects it. A lot of people complain that they peel an onion and they get teary. There's a way to solve that. One I heard from someone else is chew gum while you're cutting the onion, but I put the onion in the freezer for 10 minutes before I cut it, and there are no tears. Let me see what else I have. Oh, avoid using any potatoes that have green on them, a green tinge that has an acid, and it's not a good potato. Try to use potatoes that don't have any green on them. Eggs. Eggs can last in your refrigerator for 4 to 5 weeks, believe it or not. Even if the date stamped is less, they're safe for 4 to 5 weeks. Butter, sticks of butter or margarine, the stick kind, not the whip kind, can last in your freezer for 6 months, and they last in your refrigerator for about 3 to 4 weeks. I'm trying to think what else. So, Oh, to avoid the skin on cooked pudding, if you like cooked pudding, put a piece of wax paper or saran wrap on top of the pudding cup, and you won't have the skin form. That's one of my favorites because I don't like that skin. Okay, so I want to talk to you about rotisserie chicken in the grocery store. They're fine and convenient and easy. You can make chicken salad out of them or a meal or two. But I find if you're lucky at this point to get a whole chicken, like a Perdue chicken, they're meatier, they have more meat on them. You get more out of it. You can make chicken salad. You can have a potato and stuffing and have a Thanksgiving dinner one night. You can make a chicken stir fry with vegetables, saute broccoli and carrots, onion and garlic, or baby peas, whatever you have. Some zucchini sliced up thin, and saute that in a little oil. Add some teriyaki sauce or soy sauce, a cup of chicken broth, and then a little cornstarch or flour mixed in water to thicken your gravy, and make a stir fry with chicken sliced and put that over rice. There's so many things. You can do vegetables and pasta and make a chicken primavera with vegetables and the chicken over pasta. So I would recommend, if you're lucky enough to see a big chicken, we're all home with nothing to do, you have time to roast the chicken. It's easy. I want you all to stay safe and don't panic. We're going to be fine. I'll see you in a month. Bye.
A Southbury rookie, she's on Clever Cookie. The episodes are booking. Everybody's looking, it's Focus on Cooking with Lorraine.